Hello and welcome to day one of the Simplify Your Life series. If you're not sure what that is, I will leave the link in the description box below explaining all about it and up here somewhere, so you can check that out first. So today, let's crack on with decluttering your wardrobe. Now, one thing I want you to get into the habit of asking yourself every day during this series is, does this support the life I am trying to create? Because that is what is important. It's the life you are trying to create, not what anyone else is trying to depict for you. It's your choice. You know your vision of what you want to get out of this. And clothes, I find, is the easiest place to start when embarking on any kind of minimalism, declutter, or simplification of anything. It's a really easy win. I'm not just basing this off my own opinions, but I'm looking at different methods that are out there, such as minimalism, the KonMari method. Clothes is just something fantastic to start with because everybody can get rid of an item of clothing. So you're kind of giving yourself that instant win, that feeling of motivation at the beginning and that momentum to carry on. It's just a great place to start. So, step one. Gather all your items into one space so you can see what you're working with. When you have got all your clothes in the same area, you can see the grandeur of what is before you and you know what you're dealing with. And it just helps to visualize the extent of what you've got. Now, for some people, you might only have 20 or 30 items if you're already on the minimalism journey. You could be like me, where you have thousands of items. You've got things in the loft, things in your wardrobe, things in all your drawers, cupboards, storage. It completely depends where you're starting at and where you're going to finish. Now, don't compare yourself to anybody else's wardrobe or anybody else's style. It is very, very important that you do this based on what you want to do. But I think that decluttering clothes and getting to that stage in your wardrobe that you're happy with is more important than having X number of items. Now, when I got into minimalism, my wardrobe was so full. I'll try and insert a picture somewhere. But not only did I have everything in my wardrobe, I had everything in my chest of drawers, under my bed, in the loft, in the cupboard, which is over there. I had clothes everywhere. Downstairs, I have coat hangers. They were full to the brim of coats. I had so many pairs of shoes. Again, I'll try and insert what I can. So everybody is starting from a different place. It's a long journey and it's not all going to happen in one day. You find that as you go along, things do get easier, and the more you declutter, the more you minimize, the more freeing it makes you feel, so therefore you want to kind of carry on, and that's been the case with me. Let me show you where I'm up to today with where my wardrobe is and my drawers that I need to sort out so you can see what I'm working with. Now let me show you my wardrobe. This is a strange thing that's happened in here. It probably looks more cluttered than it used to do in previous videos because what's happened is I've got rid of all my storage spaces in other parts of the house and ended up filling the wardrobe again. And I now keep most of my shoes in here as well. So I've got quite a few shoes in there. I've got a couple downstairs that I still need to get. Now, do not worry if you have got a small space in which to do this and you think that all your clothes are not going to fit into that small space. It might just be a bed, for example, or a corner of a room. You can do this section by section to make it easier on yourself. So just do your wardrobe, or just do a drawer, or just do a certain set of clothes, such as your loungewear or your pajamas or something like that. But the most important thing is to then get all your clothes in this one space, but group them like for like. What I mean by that is put all your loungewear into one section, all your shirts into one section, your gym wear into another section, your trousers into one section, so you can see what you're working with. To help you sort these into categories, I'm going to put a whole list on the screen for you, so if you want to pause it, feel free to do so, and this will just help you know exactly what you're aiming for and what you're going to get. Jumpers, coats and jackets, dresses, t-shirts, skirts, shorts, trousers, pajamas and loungewear, gym wear, underwear, socks, shoes, and then any other miscellaneous items that you find. Now, step 2 is to go through all of your items, hold them, and ask yourself, do you want to keep it? So I'm going to put some guiding questions on the screen for you and ask yourself the following when holding that item of clothing in your hand. First of all, does it fit? Do you love it? Is it comfortable? Does it fit your style or your colour scheme? I have got everything out of my wardrobe, so all my tops, my coats, my jackets, my long skirts, everything like that are in there. I've decided just to do the wardrobe at this stage, and then what I'll do is the drawers afterwards. But I also went downstairs and got my coats off the hanger, which were hung up in the little area where I keep coats. And I also got this large fleece which was kept in the back of my car just in case I ever break down. So I have all the items of clothing here apart from what's in my drawers, where I will tackle them after this. So now it's just a matter of going through everything and seeing what I want to keep. Once you have got all the items that you have decided to keep, now is the time to put it all back again. But before you do that, I think it's best to have a really good clear out of that space that everything came from. Clean it out, make it accessible, make it a nice space to put those clothes back into. They're your clothes that you now love, that you want to wear, that you're going to get a lot of joy and happiness out of having. So put them back in the nice clean space in which it deserves. But make sure it's accessible and make sure you know exactly where everything is going. And again, I will recommend putting everything back like for like. So put your t-shirts together, your shorts together, your trousers together. So when you're going to your closet or your wardrobe, you know exactly the space in which you're heading, depending on what item of clothing you're wanting to put on. I have finally finished decluttering my wardrobe and it feels so much better. All the clothes in here now are items that I love wearing, that all fit me and I'm extremely happy with. And I am never going to be somebody that just has a couple of items of clothing. I like to have some choices. I do lots of different hobbies and activities, and this is what I'm comfortable with, and it feels so freeing to get rid of the extra stuff, which I'll show you now. These are all the items I've managed to get rid of, and they are going to get donated as soon as I get a chance, and I'm going to bag them up. Now, one little tip for you, there is this shirt which I used to absolutely love wearing, but I don't know if it's me anymore, but for some reason I just wanted to try it out again and see how I get on with it. So I've decided to keep this, but I'm putting it on the coat hanger backwards, so that there is going to be going backwards. So it looks odd compared to all the other ones, but that's a really good tip. If you're not sure about clothes, put them on backwards coat hangers and then reassess your wardrobe in a couple of months' time, and if you've still got clothes that are backwards, you know you've not worn them, so then you can get rid of them then. Let me show you the current shoe situation. I have managed to declutter a couple of pair of shoes. I've got my wellies in the corner, my hiking boots, I've got my going out boots, my hiking shoes. These are a pair of running shoes that I've decided not to get rid of because these are fairly new. These are like minimalist running shoes. So if I start getting up to the high mileages and they don't work out, I know I've got a spare pair. I've got one pair of going out shoes to go with this dress in case I ever go anywhere special. I've got a pair of flip-flops and then just some general trainers. And the pairs I'm getting rid of are these, which I've got so many holes in. These were from the PCT, so it's time for them to go because I do have these, which is what I'm hiking. And I've got rid of one of my favourite pairs of shoes. They're like little Cinderella shoes with glass heels, and I used to adore these, but I just don't wear them. They're not comfy, so they're getting decluttered as well. Now that the wardrobe's done, it is now onto my drawers, and I am working with these two at the top and these two here, and that has got all my stuff in. This one I'm not looking forward to. It's something I've been putting off on quite a few declutters, and let me show you what it is looking like at the moment. This one is my scarf collection, and this is ridiculous. It goes all the way back here. There is so many scarves. I don't wear them all anymore, but I've just never got around to sorting them out, so that is quite a job. Oh, just in case you're wondering, these are like little drawer scented sachet things, which I got in Haworth when I went with my mum. So I've got all that I'm working with. This is the dreaded sock drawer and tights and things like that. You wouldn't think I've decluttered these before, would you? And this second one down is all my pyjamas, thermals. Oh, I've got a great big jumper in there, which I'll take out now. But in here I have got a whole load of thermals back there. All my pyjamas for different seasons. I've got underwear, I've got gloves. It's a bit crazy in there, and hats and swimming costumes. And my third one is all my trousers and waterproof. So waterproofs, all my trousers and jeans. That's a skirt for ice skating, leggings, tops for yoga stuff, all my buffs and a hat, a bandana and a little bag and a scarf. So let's get it all out and put it on the bed. Now this has really opened my eyes going through all these drawers, because I did not realise I had quite so much stuff still. I have done a number of declutters of wardrobes and drawers so far, and I have got an unhealthy amount of scarves, still far too much underwear and socks. I've got thermals that I don't need because I've got new thermals and I never got rid of the old ones. I think this is going to be quite satisfactory going through all this and decluttering, so I can't wait to get cracking on these. What I like about this process is knowing that all my scarves are in one section, and then all my pyjamas are in another section, all my socks are in that section, so I can really see exactly what I'm working with, and I can see straight away that there's just too much of certain things. So I'm going to get cracking on pyjamas first, I think. And that is me done. I'm getting rid of all these items here. I've got rid of quite a few pyjama bottoms and tops, lots of thermals, some socks, spare underwear, gloves. All these scarves are going, and that makes me feel so good. I'm even wondering that I've actually got too much space now in these drawers. Let me show you. This is the new sock drawer, which, because it was quite empty, it's now got my underwear in there as well. I have got all my scarves at the back, so not as many as last time. There's an awful lot missing there, and I've decided to keep my scarf and my buffs, my hat and some gloves in there too. This is my pyjamas that are left, so the winter ones, mid-season and summer. And I have got my sportswear in here, so I've decided to keep all my running bras and walking tops, as well as my running underwear and socks, a couple of hats. I've got my ice skating stuff at the back here. I've got 2 pairs of winter running trousers and a couple of pairs of summer running trousers. This is all my yoga stuff that I wear. And the final drawer is getting quite empty. So I've got my waterproof, I've got a windproof top here for running and a waterproof top for running. My waterproof trousers, 1 pair of jeans, and obviously this pair that I'm wearing at the moment. I've got a few pairs of leggings. I can't throw these away yet. They're full of holes, but I love them and they're comfy. I've got 2 pairs of walking trousers. I've got my thermals, swimming costume and gloves at the back, and that is it. Now for those items in the discard or donate pile, it might be tricky at the moment to get rid of anything, especially if it's still how it is here, where non-essential travel, all the shops are closed. So what I recommend doing with the donate pile especially is boxing it up or bagging it all up, putting it out of sight, whether that means putting it in your loft, in your garage, or just in some bin bags or boxes in the corner of your house somewhere out of sight, or behind the sofa, whatever works for you, but get it out of sight and keep it out of your wardrobe so you're not tempted to go back in and start taking clothes out again. Now, I am sure that you will feel so much better after this process. No matter how many items you've got rid of, whether it's a couple of items or hundreds of items, I'm sure you're going to feel so much lighter and so much happier about going to the wardrobe next time to choose an item of clothing, because you will now know that all those items in there will fit you, that you love and that you enjoy wearing, and it makes you feel good about yourself. One thing that I used to do was keep certain clothes for best and certain clothes for kind of slobbing around the house. Don't do that. That is not good for your mindset. Keep clothes that you love. Keep clothes that you feel nice in. Don't just save them for best. Wear them every day. Why should you not feel your best every single day? So pat yourself on the back. You have done a fantastic job today. I know personally, I was not expecting to have quite so many things in my wardrobe and drawers as I did have. A lot of things have just got piled in there. I don't know where they all came from, but I feel instantly better knowing now that everything in the wardrobe are things that I love and I enjoy. So I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 2 of this Simplify Your Life series. Goodbye.